Hello, everybody, and welcome. Well, first of all, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and welcome back. 2024. We hope everyone enjoyed, their Christmas, time with friends and family. Um, First episode of the new year. So we're going to start off with obviously what everyone else is getting into, New Year's resolutions. Obviously, you guys may have dabbled in this here or there. Kind of curious to see what your guys' takes on these. I know I've never really been a big fan of New Year's resolutions to begin with. So I'm kind of curious to see how you guys feel about these and maybe just some little tips and tricks for people who are wanting to start off strong in the fitness year, obviously in January, but maybe taper off after the first 21 days. But I guess just to kind of open the floor here, what do you guys think of New Year's resolutions?
Well, statistics show they fail
Why
for a
do
variety of different reasons.
they say what are some of the big ones that why people
Sure,
fail, Dave?
open it up. Too
Yeah.
extreme, doesn't fit into their daily life. It's not time conscious, doable, reachable, achievable, etc.
Yeah, that's actually pretty spot on. Shit. Okay, well then let's just take away everything to talk about now, Dave. Jeez. We're gonna narrow it down. 5 minute episode.
Why don't we make it how is it now doable?
Right.
No, that's spot on. Yeah, I mean, too high, lofty of goals, not seeing realism in it. All right, so let's help them out. People suck at doing this. How can we make this easier for them? Trotter, you're number one. Let's go.
I mean, what's the goal?
Okay, good question. What is the goal?
I mean, I don't know. Let's say that a person wants to lose 25 pounds this
Mhm.
year. Let's say they make it to 5 pounds in January, then they only do one in February or something like that. Well, why don't you just make it like a short term goal to maintain that weight all the way up until March, and then redo it and try to give yourself a little bit more grace to get back there again. Because I mean, your motivation is going to go up and down. Especially, I feel like a lot of New Year's resolutioners, they are attempting to be motivational, or they're trying to motivate themselves,
Mhm.
but in reality it's just discipline. There's motivation, just a fancy word for it.
Yeah, piggyback that too a little bit. You're kind of in the least motivational time of the year too, between the seasonal affective stuff, lack of sunlight, draining energy, holidays, etc. So it's just kind of already set up to fail if you're relying on motivation alone.
True. That is very true. I guess I never really took into consideration the seasonal effect of things. I guess that can be a hurdle for people. Um,
Depends where you're at.
Actually,
Sure.
unless they're in Florida, and suck it
Yeah.
up. Um, I'm sorry, Florida people, I love you.
Assuming you're in the Midwest like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, more north. Yeah, more north. Yeah, I like those realistic goals. I guess you could say diversifying the goals, utilizing more like short term that we don't like. Oh, I didn't hit 25 in the first 21 days. Oh no, done with this.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Just do whatever your goal is, just have like two or three subcategories underneath that. Short-term ones. So if your goal is to lose 25 pounds, then you need to lose the first 10 first.
I
Yeah,
like
I
Oh,
feel like
you
maybe
got
even simplified it a little bit more and just made a list of habits that I want to continue
it.
rather than a desired result. I
Yeah.
mean, does 25 pounds even matter if you still look like crap?
Shit.
You know? So it's, yeah, exactly.
I love how we got the PG version, crap, and then Connor just like shit.
I was trying to get 10 minutes.
Okay. We're all thinking it. That's a good goal. You didn't make it. You should have had a little sub goal in there.
Yeah. Well, my habit is usually to fuck it up in the first 10 minutes anyway. So,
How about you, Brandon? What do you think?
oh, my biggest thing would be is either A, you're just not being consistent enough, or B, you basically probably went from not doing shit to you doing something. So you're obviously going to see like, you know, the weight loss or whatever, you know, you might see the 3 or 4 week progressions and all of a sudden you're going to hit for simple terms, you're going to hit a plateau, and then all of a sudden you're going to get frustrated on why you're not losing the same weight or the progress that you did the first 4 weeks, and your body's starting to adapt to it. So then you just get frustrated and quit when there's no progressions because you did the same, you know, 3 sets of 10 on whatever you did, and that's what you've been doing the last 4 weeks.
Going in. But I think I got the gist of what you were saying.
That's why the gym the rate of decline after the first month is over, because you see the gains and then all of a sudden you see the progress or whatever, and then all of a sudden the progress is gone. It's like, okay, well, this is all I can do, so I'm done.
My dad has this where he's gonna make a push for fitness, and he goes, "I did my annual sit-up. I'm done for the year." And that's like, oh God, Dad.
Well, on to 25.
Hey, he hit his goal.
He did it. Mission achieved.
It almost killed him, but he got here.
He's still here. Still doing good. Still kicking. I think I kind of like what you're saying, Brandon, where you kind of see those beginning gains. I think that's actually, you know, going to the rehab side of things, that's probably one of the biggest things you can see in the clinic in the very first 2 or 3 months is everyone starts these, you know, new year, new me fitness fads where it's like, I'm going to lose these pounds. I'm going to get stronger. I'm going to change my body composition. And then you come see Dave and I. And next, you know, you have like, oh, I don't know how I strained my shoulder. Well, what were you doing, like, you know, before you started this? Well, I've never worked out a day in my life. Oh, well, so you thought you were just going to go in the gym, start loading it up as much as possible and going every single day and not tapering into this. It's like,
actually, I'm going to do 75 hard.
oh,
Fucking
God.
full send.
That's right.
Nightmare. Oh gosh. Have you really had a patient that did that? Like, had never done fitness or anything like that, which is like 75 hard, let's go?
No, it's just like the most extreme example of like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
God, that sounds like a nightmare. I've
Gotta
never
go
done
get
that.
my 45-minute walk outside in the freezing cold and then go back to the gym later on today while following a diet.
And then
I
when
don't
I
even
want
have enough time in the day to do that, let alone freaking.
Right.
I don't know. That's actually kind of crazy. So if you have someone who's going to the gym and they're kind of falling off, I guess going back to some of our old episodes, some things people could do is, one, find a training partner. Trotter, I think you've been, you know, shouting that from the rooftop since day one is finding training partners. And if you find a group to go with, that could also, you know, accountability, keeping everyone together and keeping everyone consistent and attending the gym, let alone continuing the workouts. Or maybe it's eating differently than what you have in the past. I think another thing would be a schedule. You know, if you're just kind of happy-go-lucky with when you're going to do things, obviously busy work schedule, sometimes it's going to be a little harder. So you might have more of like a haphazard, like I do it at 5 in the morning, or I'm going to do it at 6:30 at night. But as long as you're writing it down of when you're going to do it, tracking it, and maintaining a consistent log, I think that can also be wonderful too. Plus, then you can see your progress over time. I think is beneficial. But
Sure. I think like actually figuring out what season of life you're in.
yeah,
Meaning like somebody like Brandon right now has a newborn, probably is going to be able to go 6 to 7 days a week and see a positive result. And tapering that volume will probably do him more good.
not gonna lie, Brandon, I've been pretty impressed with you over the last like month and a half, 2 months.
Hey, I'm a fucking walking zombie, dude.
I was gonna say 3 in the morning ice bath, then getting over and doing your workout. And
4
then,
a.m. workouts.
I was gonna say training these kids like crazy and then going home and repeating it. Like I've been floored by you.
You're missing the big point here.
You started drinking caffeine.
Caffeine free.
Oh,
Caffeine free, baby.
Wow.
We need
Yeah.
to take blood and we need to see what makes him tick.
He
Wake
just
up
throws
his
Zins in
excellence.
his lip all day. Yeah. He just got
Yeah.
nicotine now.
Brandon, what's your secret?
I just never got into it, so I'm not
Well, I
like
mean, like
dependent on it.
not the caffeine part. The how are you doing everything?
Oh. Well, I figured I'm either gonna get pissed off if if I don't work out, or I'm gonna get. That's basically the motivation. Is I'm just gonna be sitting there thinking about it all day and being pissed off because I'm not gonna have time anytime else. So it's either wake up, get it over with, or be pissed off the rest of the day.
So happy that you got everything done, or fueled by anger. Love it.
Yeah, 50-50.
I was worried a little bit about his progress as far as like last year goes, because Brandon's always been the weakest coach that we have.
True
But
that.
then when we hired Pablo on, I thought he would fall off a little bit and kind of just like back it down. But no, he really turned it up a little bit and got himself a nice new dad PR.
There we go.
Finally
Conventional,
pulled
mind you.
500 conventional.
Fucking spinal cords, what that was.
Still sore about it.
Oh my god. Sweet.
That was fun.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
It was a fun little ride.
Proud
We're
of you.
switching it up all new though.
What are you doing? What?
I'm switching all my training back up.
The what?
I'm getting into canine cross and bike joring.
What?
Bike.
Like a mixture of. It's a mixture of like the canine cross is a mixture of like cross country and sleds, like dog sledding, and then the bike joring is a mixture of mountain biking with dog sleds.
Solid.
You know, and I just the whole dog sled thing. Next time you guys see your kids, ask them if they've seen Balto.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I've never heard those words in my life.
You don't know
There's
what
actually
Balto
a
is?
I know what dog sledding is.
so there's actually a circuit down in like Miamisburg.
Heck, that's
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
So
never knew
it's something I've never done before, something different. So we're gonna just send it and see what happens.
Oh, that's a good point. Bring up novelty in the gym.
Yeah.
That's a good way to actually stay on track too.
Yeah, make it fun.
Yeah, it's completely. I mean, because I've like been doing some trail runs with the dogs lately, and like they're basically pulling me as I'm running down these up these hills and down these hills. So, like the eccentric loading is just freaking crazy. So I got to kind of readjust all my training based on that, and trying to keep my foot pace up with them, and knowing when to break, when not to break, and it's a lot of actually overstriding in my running compared to what I'm used to. Just trying to control the ground speed compared to what they're trying to pull me at.
Now, are you holding them in your hand, or are they attached like a belt?
They're attached to a belt.
Okay, that's what I was curious. I was like, how are you running holding them like that? But that makes more sense.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild circuit. I mean, naked, it's pretty intense.
Now, will you do like competitions, or like where we have to travel for that?
So there's a bike joining circuit in Miamisburg. Like there's some local high ones. A lot of the big ones we got to go up to like Cleveland and like some Pennsylvania, some Indiana's, but a little bit of traveling. But there's some local high one races coming up.
Sick. Okay. Had no idea that was
So-
even a thing.
Yeah, I didn't either until I was just scrolling through Instagram. I'm like, what the freak is that, dude? That looks awesome. Some dude just ripping down a mountain with his dog attached to the front of his bike.
Yeah. No
So
danger
we're
there.
gonna try it. Yeah, we're gonna try it.
I feel like this is good practice for you for Belgian Malinois when eventually you have those and you're doing
Yeah.
these trails.
A lot of the dogs in this race are either like German short-haired pointers or Mals.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Morgan.
yeah, time to get one.
I feel like if she doesn't listen to this episode within the first 2 weeks and bring this up to you, then she owes you one.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like that's fair.
It's speaking
Deal.
into existence.
Oh gosh, please don't hurt
I'm
yourself.
gonna get a text in about a week.
Yeah, wouldn't bet
Don't
on it.
have any ideas.
Oh gosh. Sweet baby Jesus. No, that's a good little thing to bring up. I think Dave, you even mentioned it, like bringing novelty into your workouts and making it like fun. Like I think we talked about this on an earlier episode about how like, you know, sometimes having a goal, going to a competition, adding some form of like target date to it. So like Brandon, when's your first competition? Mark it down on the calendar.
I think there's one like in March.
Okay.
There you
We got a lot to learn in not a short amount of time, and let alone I got to get my fat ass into shape because Lord knows I'm not in cross country shape.
All those little Debbies.
Yeah,
Well,
They
PRs don't
serve
breed
their
speed,
purpose.
man.
That's too funny. That's gonna be good though. No, that'll be fun. I gotta find out what I want to do this year. I know I've looked at Spartan races, but I don't know. I'm kind of curious. I also tried skiing over Christmas, and it was a blast. So skiing might be something I might try more of. It was actually a lot of fun. Used to snowboard, but skiing was terrifying. I won't lie. At first, it was terrifying. And I was on the bunny hill with all these like little kids, and I was like, "All right!" And, like the entire time I'm going up this magic carpet ride, and this dude just kept shaking his head and giving me a fist bump, and I was like, "What the hell, man?" Like, okay, fine. Like I get it. And then all of a sudden, like the next day, he literally looked at me. He goes, "You can't do the bunny hill anymore. Like, go up to the next like level." I was like, "Okay, I will." I'm sorry. Just afraid of.
You only picked Colorado to start, I guess.
I know it was cool though. It was a lot of fun.
Pretty low level of entry there.
Yeah,
Not your typical Mad River Mountain Hill.
Yeah.
So I want to go to Perfect North and Cincinnati and see what that's like, and we'll see. I don't know. I'm excited. I want to try more. I actually put a ton of plyometrics and a bunch of different like single leg stuff in my training like the last 2 to 3 months before we went. And I honestly think it paid off because I was not nearly as sore as I thought I was going to be. It was a blast. More afraid of falling than anything, but it was good.
The ice is right there, so you're all right.
Yeah.
You should practice falling in your training.
Just go outside and run like, oh.
That's right. Learn how to eat it.
Just
We'll just randomly show up in the clinic and just shove you. Practice.
Trip training.
Yeah, randomized perturbations. Yeah. God. Now I'm gonna be like on edge all the time when I see you guys. It's gonna be
You'll
fun.
be all right.
We'll see. We'll see. Let's see here. Anything else you guys want to add on for New Year's resolutions? How to stick to it?
Keep it simple.
Yes. Don't overcomplicate. Make it simple. I like that. And don't
Just because you failed doesn't mean you failed for the year.
Yes.
Just hop
There's
right
always
back.
2025.
Yep.
And I would say, even though like, don't be afraid to fail, but celebrate your little victories too. I would say don't be afraid to celebrate the little victories too.
Yeah. Or just move on. If you missed today,
Yeah, it
doesn't
doesn't
make the whole year.
I agree.
Shit happens. Just get to it. Get to it tomorrow. Don't skip 2 or 3 days.
Keep moving forward. I think that'll be good. No.
Patience. Bad day does not equal a bad life.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Old, Confucius over there.
Full of
Man.
them.
Chock full in that big old head of yours.
I have my moments. They're very subtle because I don't want everybody to know them.
Good to know, Trotter. Good to know. All right, everybody. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of 2024. We will see you guys next time.